So, all right, let's get into the baby mama drama. And what we have here, in case you don't know, is we have Elon Musk. Obviously, you know Elon Musk, and Ashley St. Clair. Now, you probably don't know or care about Ashley St. Clair as much, and that's fine. These photos of her are mostly photoshopped, very photoshopped. But Ashley St. Clair was one of the many conservative female influencers that just appeared over the last few years. And what happened was there was a kind of a cohort of them. There was about a dozen or half a dozen of them that they were kind of just showing up as, you know, mid girls that are on the internet and have conservative values. Excuse me. And they were getting hundreds of thousands of views on Twitter, on X, on Instagram. People were following for them, simping for them. And a lot of folks in the conservative movement fell for it hook, line, and sinker. They completely believed them. They completely bought them. They said, oh yeah, you're totally in this. Even though some of them had a very strong SJW background, had a very strong questionable background, they just let them in and said, yeah, it's fine. So Ashley St. Clair last year was making tweets like this. So, and there's a lot of statements that are contrary. I'll bring those up on a separate podcast or stream. But for example, as soon as like last year, 2004, 3.4 million views. There is no sin as cruel as alienating a child from a parent. Seeing so much of this everywhere. This is what she said last year. Well, let's fast forward, shall we, to 2025, where we now have the lawsuit that she has filed to get sole custody over the child, allegedly, the alleged love child of Elon Musk. That's right. She wants sole custody of that love child. That is her intended relief. So, very, very interesting that she would request that. This is a paternity petition. So, let me show you and explain what's going on here. Yes, I know people in the chat are like, wow, yes. Once again, a lot of these people talk a really big game until it's them. And a lot of them are showing up as very Machiavellian. But Ashley apparently has been plotting to honey trap Elon for a while. So I think Laura Loomer posted these text messages, and I think there's others that have posted too. Isabella Moody, I believe, posted as well. But these are some text messages here. Oh yeah, this is Isabella Moody. And Laura Loomer also posted, but Isabella posted these text messages. These are text messages that they exchanged. So let's read these text messages from Ashley to Isabella. These are two conservative female influencers. Elon followed me. I need his rocket babies. Oh my God, no way. That's so awesome. He 1000% saw my moon landing tweet. Look, I'll take one for the team. Seduce Elon, and I'll get in a rocket to see what's up. And she responds, oh, you must, for the sake of society. And then she puts here, I need a caption to seduce Elon Musk, thinking, and quote unquote, thinking about the dangers of AI. Bro, going back a year, trying to trap Elon. And what you'll see here is, in this case, she actually went ahead and she took his phone photos, which he had set to disappear because he's smart. He's not stupid, right? So what she did was she took photos of him, probably without him knowing, but whatever, with the kid there. There's a kid there. But she took photos of his photos of his messages with a second device. So she knew she couldn't screen cap it. So she took a photo with a second device. Psycho behavior. Right? Psycho behavior. Boys out there, pay attention. Gentlemen, pay attention. Elon Musk with the picture of the baby. All well. He is perfect. Look forward to seeing you and him this weekend. Falling asleep. Hope recovery goes well. Okay, so this one is actually interesting. I'm going to read through this. So Elon Musk says, I get credible death threats every day. I'm number 2 after Trump for assassination, which is true, by the way, which is very true. So it tells her, wake up. This is not the time for sentiment at the expense of safety. If I make the mistake on security, R, that's probably the kid's name, will never know his father. And then she says, that's why the father spot in his birth certificate is blank right now and why he has my last name. Necessary for now, only the paranoid survive. I understand. Apologies if Ava's text upset you. There's been incredible discretion used here and will continue to be. The threat level will reach insane levels until the election is decided. Loose lips sink ships. Right? Oh, yeah. And he does say down here, I want to knock you up again. But that's really the only thing relevant. I want to knock you up again. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. Exhibit D. Hi. I feel broke down when Jared got involved. He said a lot of pretty horrible things to me and attributed to you as I feel though there was a rift in our relationship before that. If you are in New York and would like to come see me in DC, I would really appreciate being able to speak to you in person. I care about you deeply and feel that third parties have put a major rift in our relationship. I truly wish was better for the sake of our son. Okay. We do have a legion of kids to make. So Elon, look, Elon's not perfect. Everybody has their vices. And we all know Elon's vices. He likes them crazy. He does like them crazy. And look, Elon's vice, he was into Amber Heard. Let's be very clear. He likes them crazy, and he's got an impregnation fetish. And I'm not here to judge man's fetish. I'm really not here to judge man's fetish. But that is a little bit of a chink in the Elon armor. It's his desire to seed spread. Okay, so I guess there was an agreement, as I told you. Actually, I tweeted that there definitely was a child agreement, a custody or support agreement. And here it is. From Bekel. What is this? From Bekel, Rosenthal, and Schonfield, child custody and divorce attorneys. So Karen sent to Jared a agreement, the Musk agreement, which I guess was regarding the kid. So here we go. The agreement entered into in 2024 between Ashley St. Clair and Elon Musk agrees that within 6 months of the birth of the child, Elon agrees to submit to a genetic marker test to be administered and qualified by a physician to verify the parentage and whether he's the biological father. If it is established within 1 year, the child's name will be changed to include Elon's last name, Musk. So that is the agreement. Very simple. And so what is going to happen right now in this case? So this case is at its very, very preliminary stages. Where is it going to go? So let me break this down for you. We've got a paternity claim. The first thing you do is establish paternity. So that's the easiest. You have to get the DNA. Elon's got to prove he's a daddy. And if Elon is the daddy, there will be a court order to change the birth certificate to reflect Elon as the father. It will not require the kid's name to become Musk. It will require the birth certificate to be updated to include Elon as the father. Now, if that agreement was made and was signed and was notarized, then I believe that would be enforceable. But what I think happened here was, I think she didn't sign it. I think things went downhill. I think she didn't sign the document. I think that's where things went downhill. Because she didn't want to play into that. She wanted him to pay. She's trying to get every cent she can out of Elon. And I'm going to explain why. The reason is that she brought this case in New York, not Texas. This would be so much preferable in Texas. Now, Smashley lives in New York, but Elon lives in Texas. Why is that relevant? Let's talk about that in a second. Okay, so what are the custody factors? So who gets to hold the kid? So part of this is after the paternity, Smashley wants to have this kid all to herself. What do they look at? They look at financial status. They look at who's the caretaker. If there's an evidence of abuse, if there's neglect, mental illness, and quote unquote, in the overall best interest of the child. Now, on most of these, Elon actually is fine. He has great financial status. He's a good caretaker of his other kids. He has many other kids. He does a great job taking care of them. He has no evidence of abuse, no neglect. The only person who might have mental illness, I mean, I don't know Ashley, but clearly Elon has a lot of medical information. He has a lot of ability to back up. He does not have, any mental illness that will be of a bad, in a bad way. He might have the tism, but it's the good tism, It's the Rain Man tism. Okay. So best interest of the child. Here's something I'm worried about. It's a New York judge. Do you think that New York judges love Elon Musk? They love Elon Musk as much as they love Donald Trump. And right now they're hand in hand. A New York judge, probably not a big fan. And the problem with best interest of the child and why I hate this standard is it's so subjective and essentially allows the judge to do whatever the hell they want. They could just say, you know what, Elon? We don't like who you're hanging out with. Best interest of the child is with her. Boom. She's got custody. Now, after custody, we're going to go to child support. So child support, here's the reason why she doesn't want Texas. New York does not limit child support. In New York, you have unlimited child support liability. The judge could say Elon has to pay $1 billion a year to this woman. That's why she chose New York. Texas does. Texas does cap it. Now, normally, for normal relationships, and this is information I got from a friend who does family law, but I'm trying to get a little bit more from them. The cap is $183K. So normally they say, okay, $183K is where we expect most people when they have a combined income to have about 183. But if you've got high income, if you're a high income individual, they can throw that out. Normally, for one child, you take 17% of the combined parental income and you allocate that towards the child. And they're each making they're making $60,000. Right? So together they make $120,000. 17% of that, according to my calculator that I think I put in the right numbers on, is $20,400. So $20,400 yearly annual has to go towards the kid. That's allocated towards the kid. And that's joint. So let's say they each made 60, that's even, right? They each pay 10K. Well, what if Smashley is not making any money? Because she's not doing anything useful, which I don't believe she is. Well, if she's not making any money, then 100% of that comes from baby daddy, Elon. The problem is there's no cap. The judge could say, okay, you're making $1 trillion, and they can consider stock. They can consider assets. They don't have to just look at income. For high net worth individuals, they can look at whatever. They can say, okay, you have to pay her $100 million a year. And the problem with child support, and this is the really big problem in this country, it's a fundamental problem. And this is where, once again, I'm not trying to get all red pill MGTOW here, but this is where there is a legal issue. Child support is unaudited. Let me say it one more time. Child support is unaudited, meaning there's no real check and balance to whether that money goes to what it should go to. And that money could go towards her buying Louboutins, her buying spa packages, trips, etc. There's no audit, there's no accountability towards that going solely towards the child. That's a huge issue. Big issue in the system. Big systemic weakness. Here's some factors for determining child support. Financial resources of both parents. Well, Elon has a lot of money, and maybe Ashley has little. Physical and emotional health of the child, probably all right. Special needs, I don't think it has special needs, but I don't know. A standard of living the child was accustomed to. So here's where they're going to argue. Oh, well, the standard of living was premium. The child was used to nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. 5-star treatment. Therefore, I need 5-star child support. Any other factors the court considers relevant? So literally the court can say, well, Musk needs to pay more for his kids, so he stops doing politics, and just punish him with a huge child support finding. Now, mind you, typically, most people don't fight these things. Just say, you know what? I'm going to settle it. I'm going to end out. The thing that's in Musk's favor here is he has a lot of money and he has good lawyers, very good lawyers. So I don't think he's going to bend over backwards. And certainly he'll fight it out as long as he needs to fight it out. But it doesn't look as good for Musk in New York. I'll say that. Probably a big number. He's going to have to go to the paternity test. He's going to have to check it out. I do think it's his baby. Now, it'd be very interesting if it was some random dude's baby. It's a point at which, in this case, I think there could be pushback. I think that this could go further. I think that she is definitely taking her one shot. This is her sniper rifle. This is the gold digger's gold mine. She's going at this full power, but I don't think Elon is going to take this lying down, especially since the evidence is coming out that she has bamboozled him. She's targeted him. I think that he may push back because one thing Elon, you can say a lot of shit about Elon, which, may be fair or not fair. But one thing Elon has been pretty consistent on is being pretty good to his kids. And especially now, he's taken pretty good care of his kids. So I would say that I would put my money on Elon pushing for custody. Also, her going for sole custody, she's not going to get sole custody. She's going to at least have to share custody with Elon at a minimum. It is hard to get rid of a entire parent's custody. Elon is not a drug addict. Elon is not a criminal. It's not going to go to he gets no visitation. It's going to go to maybe 50-50.